Hi, I'm Star Williams.
And I'm Venus Crystal.
And welcome back to the Truly Imagination podcast.
Woo! There's so much crap going on, and I'm so done.
Oh, yes. Where were you on the great cyber attack of March 5th, 2024? I hope this
God, I
joke
don't.
ages well.
Oh, that's gonna be so bad. But no, seriously, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, first Instagram and Facebook go down, and now we have like technical problems getting my microphone to set up. I
Well,
don't. I
I
don't
also
know.
had issues with Discord earlier, so like...
Oh no! What the fuck is happening?
I can feel it in
Ugh.
my bones, like, oh. Oh.
There's too much. February was so stressful, and now we're entering March, even more stressed. Just, mm,
Fan-friggin-tastic. Why don't we move on to the
uh,
topic of the episode?
food.
That's right, food with Fee.
Yes, my amazing cooking skills. Um, Even though my last video was quite literally just me stirring a pot.
Hey, we got a comment on the last one.
What was it?
I don't remember, but I replied to it for you.
Oh, joyous. Let me here. Oh crap! I accidentally turned on my mother's computer. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look and find it in real time. Um,
Ooh, food with Fee
on
looking at comments.
with actually I food without fire. Cool.
What?
Um, I don't. I tried to Google food with fee and I got food without fire. Uh,
That sounds like a pretty cool show.
Couldn't hear you at all. Just loud music. Yep. Makes perfect sense. That is a valid point. I don't
I
know
re-
why.
I replied to it in character.
Yeah, I don't know why my sound editing skills are so shit because it was fine in editing. So I don't know what the fuck happened because it was completely fine when I edited it.
Don't even worry about it. I have the same issue a lot of the time.
I might go back because I do have I still have the video in Adobe. I might just go back and edit it because it's seriously annoying me how loud the music is. I don't have that problem in any of the videos.
Don't even. Just leave it the way it is. Leave it in time.
Yeah, but it's annoying me. It's annoying the absolute crap out of me. That
Well,
it's
then
just
re-edit it yourself and just leave it on the channel.
yeah. I just ugh. It's funny. I showed it to my friend when I was visiting them in Montreal, and they're like, "How long do you stir for, Fiona? Like, what the heck?"
Until you go stir crazy.
Yeah. No, but the cooking is nice. It gives me something to. It's an actual skill to learn. So, yeah. That and my dad sends me on 1,000,001 food reels on Instagram because
Mmm.
that's what he looks at.
Mmm. Food.
Yeah, so there's just a bunch of like food recipes backlogged in my messages from my dad. He's just like, "Look at this. Look at that. Look at this thing." It's like, "Great, Dad. Thank you."
Look at the food. It's pretty good to eat.
Yeah, the food on Instagram is fucking wild. Although
Very
sometimes you see,
presentational.
yeah, except when it's like stuff that's just like, what are you making? What is
There
this?
is something I want to try, which is a dessert grilled cheese.
How do you make that?
So like you still use a bit of sliced cheese, but you could also use things like cream cheese or something like that,
Mmm.
and then also have like chocolate or jam.
Yeah, that does sound good. Although I'm really iffy on like heating up cream cheese because I knew someone, not to shame, but also what the fuck? Sorry, I shouldn't swear, but what the fuck? They would take cream cheese and put it on bread and microwave it.
I know how that tastes. Ugh.
And I don't want I just why? Why? I don't even think that would taste good. I watch them do it and I'm just like, what are you doing?
No,
Like
I wouldn't
sometimes
be
I
able to
just
watch them eat it. I would throw up.
I didn't want to watch them eat it, and I had to. I was just sitting there watching this. I'm just like, like like I could feel the, like you know when you can just feel something, you feel the texture of something, even though it's not there.
Yes. Your tongue
That's what I
knows
would feel.
your tongue knows what everything tastes like or feels like. How do you feel
Yeah.
about that?
I just but yeah, I remember sitting in a college dorm with someone just watching them eat uh cream cheese microwaved on bread. They didn't even toast the bread. It was on like just plain bread that they microwaved.
Oh,
Ooh, why?
uh,
Why?
eh.
Yeah. So like that's something that I just did not understand. Um,
Well, we've
what were we
gotten
talking about?
down to what foods we don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. What foods do you not like, Patrick?
um, that's a big list actually. It
Oh,
would be easier for
Jesus.
me to tell you what I do like.
What do you like, Patrick?
I like spaghetti.
Okay, Sans. Wait, no, that's papyrus.
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Spaghetti. I'm
Sans, will you
surprisingly
try my spaghetti?
sure, papyrus. Hmm. Papyrus, did you even cook the noodles this time?
No.
I don't know. Well, that's what the I don't even know what the hell that was. Um, is there anything else other than spaghetti?
Tacos.
Nice. Nice. Also, speaking of food, did you like the cupcakes I made for your birthday?
Oh my goodness, they were so good. I really enjoyed them.
You did?
I should have taken the rest home.
I mean, I would have given them to you. It's just I don't know. I
I
just
just
didn't.
didn't have anything to transport it in. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have wanted to take your things.
Yeah. They're kind of still just sitting in my fridge.
Oh,
Well, the thing is I didn't cuz the thing is I was away for 3 days and
no one ate them?
I was just what?
No one ate them while you were away?
My parents don't eat sugar. My dad's like on a like has diabetes, so he doesn't like eat a lot of sugar and bread, and my mom in solidarity doesn't either. Just and she also like has is kind of gluten intolerant, so like they're both almost 60, so they're very just mindful of what they're eating. So I'm the only one who kind of eats junk food in this house, and it's very hard when you're someone who doesn't like junk food that much.
Well,
I was a weird kid. Like I would eat my dinner and then I'd be like, "Can I have my dessert?" And my parents would get it for me. Like I'd be halfway through my dinner and they'd get me dessert and most parents, other parents would be like, What are you doing? She didn't eat all
how
her
can you
food." And they're
eat
like,
your
"Ah."
pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Yeah, but it's fine because my parents would be like, "Now, watch this." And they put whatever it is in front of me and I'd have like 2 bites and then I'd go back to my dinner.
Well, you
Like
see, I
I'm
call that good parenting.
Yeah, well, yeah, my
Incentive.
parents yeah, I it was but yeah, no, like I've always been more of a like I like desserts sometimes, but also I have kind of a small stomach. So being able to get to dessert and being able to eat dessert is a whole different thing for me. Cuz usually I can't get that far.
Were you ever told how to memorize the difference between spelling desert and dessert?
No.
So, desert is so bad you only want to go back once. Dessert is so good you want to go back for seconds.
Oh, cuz there's two S's.
Hmm.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Speaking of desserts, do you want to hear about the food I ate while I was in Montreal. It's a very weird thing, but do you want to
Poutine?
hear about some of the food I had? Because it was actually quite nice. Montreal has good food. Like there's a lot of good restaurants there. Nice ones, little hole in the wall ones. Just
I'm sure they had a
in
lot of
general,
those smoked meat shops as well.
yes, they do. And what's even funnier is I'm sure anyone who's been to Montreal or lives in Montreal knows about Schwartz's and how they always have a line out the door. What was really funny is we walked past it with my friend and she's lived in Montreal. Like she was born there. She wasn't necessarily raised there, but she lives there now. And she's like, "Yeah, no, Schwartz's is overrated. Their food is dry." It's like, "Whoa."
The Schwartz is with you.
It's like, "Oh God, better not say that in front of any diehard Canadians." But when I was in Montreal, um my friend took me to the restaurant that she works at. It's this like I don't I'd say it's more authentic Japanese cuisine than most Asian restaurants. Like it's not like a sushi restaurant, it's like an actual like authentic-ish kind of restaurant. The food was really good. Um they do a lot of like fish, a lot of like they do some ramen, they do some like meat stuff. I had this like really good. It was like a bao bun with like I think it was beef. It was like pulled beef and that was really good. I also had black sesame seed ice cream, which
Ice
was
cream with
really
seeds
good.
in it does not sound appealing to
No,
me.
it wasn't. It didn't have seeds in it. It was just black sesame seed flavored. So it kind of tasted like a kind of sweeter, creamier pistachio. It was actually really, really good. Like if I wasn't so full off the bao bread sandwich, I would have eaten that entire thing because it was so good. Like I can't remember the restaurant name for the life of me, but I know it's kind of off of Saint Laurent and Sainte Catherine. Um it's this really nice little Asian place. Very, very busy. I don't know if they take reservations, but if anyone wants to go there, if I can find the name of it, maybe I'll put it in the description. Very busy. Probably want to reserve. But very, very worth it. The food is very good. So there's that. And then, um, the only other thing I really, we didn't, the only other thing I remember, too much of is, we went to a smoked meat place, but we went to Walensky's, which has been there since like 1939. And that was really good. The meat's really good. If you order it like the Walensky special with the cheese and you get some Kernitzels, which are basically pepperettes, and they also make these really good like like when you like they're like cucumber pickles, which I know is the same thing, but it was like they only half pickled them kind of.
Mm.
So they were still a cucumber, but they were pickled, and it was really weird, but it was really good. It was really really good. And then I got really drunk and I couldn't eat any more food because I was throwing up. So I had like a piece of pizza before I got really drunk. So that was
Pizza.
probably I probably should have eaten more because yeah. Um sometimes there's a reason they say eat before you drink because then you won't die. Even funnier, the place we went to like this like kind of like EDM rave with my friend and her sister because her sister got us in for free, which is great. But there was like a decent amount of people there, and remember, this is Montreal, and as Ontarians, like from like Ottawa, the scene is obviously very different, and there was a lot of people there. But it was even funnier when I was getting another drink, and Angela comes up next to me and goes, "Yeah, it's pretty dead tonight."
Oh,
And I'm like, what do you mean? It, this is like by Ottawa standards, this is a full house. Like obviously it was like half full, but like Like, what are you talking about? It was Nuit Blanche too, which apparently is the day that the subways open up and you don't have to use your pass. Uh, so there's that.
Oh,
But the only other food I ate was like shitty, gross food after we stopped getting drunk, and then I had like a sandwich that was kind of okay, but I couldn't eat it because again, I was really hungover. But the first 2 days of food before I got drunk were really good. 'Cause Montreal has really, really good food. I love visiting.
hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I traveled, which would have been other than the Kiss concert, which was for only the night, was in the States. And
Mm.
I went down south to Arkansas, where one of my friends lives.
Arkansas.
Exactly, Arkansas. And they worked at the time at a restaurant called Raising Cane's, which is a well-known restaurant down in
Heard
like
of that before.
the southern states.
Mm.
And I can say, without a doubt, it was probably uh, like it was a very very good chicken place because I enjoyed their chicken sandwich. It was amazing.
Nice.
It was
Nothing
essentially
beats
three chicken tenders on a
Ooh.
bun.
Nothing beats a good chicken sandwich.
Hmm. Now, of course, while I
Hmm?
was there, I decided to also try American McDonald's to see what the difference would be,
Ooh,
and
what was there a difference?
there was. Um,
Ooh.
it was super super dry for a McDouble.
Oh,
Like,
damn, really?
yeah, I don't know how Americans eat their McDonald's. Like, there was no flavor.
Well, I mean, that kind of checks out.
The only
That
thing that
sounds.
isn't different between every McDonald's I've ever had in the world is their fries.
Ah.
And their fries are good.
I I had McDonald's only once in my short life on this earth because my parents didn't want me to eat it because it made my dad sick. So I had to. So back at my old job, I'm sure a lot of people have heard this story, but at my old job, I had to. They made me and my coworkers, and this was when I was working with Sheena and her roommate at the time. They made us come in and do inventory for them, which we're not technically supposed to do, but whatever. Um, and they provided food for us, but it wasn't particularly good food. It was all junk food. So I had basically been eating junk food all day, and the thing is they're right next to a McDonald's. Like right next to McDonald's. And so basically I had no choice. It was either starve or um or just eat the McDonald's. So they ordered a bunch of chicken nuggets and I ate some and that was clearly a mistake because I did not come out of the bathroom for a very very long time. So, yeah, that was the one time I had McDonald's. So, and what's even funnier is one time I went with Danny and Kirby to McDonald's because they were gonna get food, but I didn't want to get any. And it was the first time I ever set foot in one, and I went, "Wow, this will be the first time I ever set foot in a McDonald's." And they both looked at me like I was insane. It's like I'm not even joking, guys. Never set foot in one my entire life.
I think you got sick because you haven't built up years of constitution for it.
I can't handle most fast foods. The only fast food I can handle is Wendy's. I'm
Mm,
seriously trying to find that
Wendy's.
Asian restaurant, and I can't ask Valen because Instagram is down. Ah!
Social media.
Ugh.
The bane of
Goddamn
our
social media.
existence.
I'm going literally insane right
Oh, don't
now. But
worry.
um but yeah. Yeah. But like most fast food really just fucks with my stomach. Like I tried KFC and that ended in purple vomit.
But
Somehow, don't ask why. I've tried A&W, but I don't remember too much about it. I never tried Burger King because I don't want to. Burger King, uh, looks sketchy AF. No
that's because they're
offense
stuck
to
in the
anyone.
2000s and they've not made any money since then. So,
That makes sense because, like, I don't know, they look sketchy AF, and it's just like I don't. I feel like every Burger King has the aesthetic of the downtown McDonald's. Maybe I'm just biased because the only one near me is in Vanier. So, but they just. I've never been to a Burger King, and I probably never will because they sketch. And then I've never really been to any of the American fast food restaurants like Arby's, Sonic, Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A, In and Out, because like I'm not in America enough to try them.
Chick fil
I know my
A,
cut.
there's a location in Toronto.
Am did not know that. I'll have to check it out when I go to Toronto this summer.
Oh, you're going to Toronto?
Yeah, I'm going with I'm actually bringing Sheena and Salem with me because I don't want to travel alone. But I'm going to go see the Melanie Martinez trilogy tour because she's one of my favorite artists and she's doing um basically a tour singing songs from her three albums that she did. And you know, I'm like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I have to see this or I'm going to regret it. So I'm going to Toronto for the weekend of that concert, and I'm bringing my friends to just hang out with me. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be really really fun.
Nice.
Although I'm not the biggest Toronto fan. I will willingly go to Montreal more than I will to Toronto. But like, you know, sometimes you just sometimes there's just only things that happen in Toronto that you have to go for. So,
I hate Toronto, hate Quebec more.
damn. I also am not the biggest fan of, not to get political, but no, I just even Valen for the most part is like even she's like she's a Montrealer, but she's got enough wits about her to be like, yeah, no, sometimes the Quebec people they just they be stupid. Not no offense. It's just like there's a lot of stuff that I see happening. It's like, why can't you buy weed why do you have to buy weed at 21? That's my point. Why is the legal limit for weed 21 in Quebec?
Oh, because
You
they're
can drink.
American.
Yeah, but what? Okay, so they have the one of the lowest drinking ages and cigarette smoking ages in all of Canada, next to Alberta. But weed is the same as the American drinking age? What? I have to wait 1 year another year before I'm legally allowed to buy weed in Quebec? What?
Uh-huh.
Why? That is bullcrap.
Because it's you.
What? What do you mean because it's me?
You're the reason. They made it law because they didn't want Fiona to buy weed in Quebec.
They didn't want me to get the Quebec za.
Which will be disappointing. Or so I've
Yeah.
heard.
Uh, yeah, well, I mean, honestly, like I just find that so ironic that it's like, yes, you can drink at 18 because we feel you are responsible enough. to know how to handle your alcohol even though you're 18, but whatever. They're perfectly fine, but you want to smoke weed? No.
I knew a
No
French
weed
guy.
for
I knew
you.
a French guy who would go into the bar at 14.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they would serve him
yeah.
like nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what my dad and his brother did. Like my dad would be going to bars at 17 and be bringing his like little brother with him at 14. And I'm just like, wow, cool dad. That's cool. What the fuck?
Your dad has dad
Yeah.
lore.
My dad has dad lore just out the I don't know. My dad has so much dad lore because my dad was an old punk rocker. We've gone completely off topic.
I mean, you were talking about Montreal, and then that's just the way this podcast has always worked.
Pretty much, yeah. But back to my dad. My dad was like a punk rocker back in the 80s. Um, so like he has a lot of stories. Like cuz my dad like he would travel a lot like to Europe and stuff. Like he'd be going to like Ireland and Yugoslavia and like the Czech Republic and stuff. Back when there was like wars going on, which is even weirder. My dad went to Ireland during like the IRA. No, IRA?
Yeah, IRA, that's right.
My dad went to Ireland when the IRA was still active and there were
Fighting for
still
the home
bus
country,
camps.
he was.
No, he was just visiting.
Ah, that's what he'd like you to think.
Yeah, my dad was no. But yeah, like my dad tells like sometimes I'll like cuz my dad has like parties with his friends and they'll like talk about like the not the glory days, but back when they were younger and they'll talk about like all the stuff they were doing and I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's
Yeah,
like how did you get away with that?
there are things that someone like my dad had done, like
Mm.
that are the reason why we couldn't do cool things in specific things like science class. Like he said back in the day, um his teacher said, "Bring in any formula you guys want, and I'll get the stuff, and we'll make it." So,
Mm.
some students were smart Alex, and the teacher wasn't checking the recipes; he was just getting the components. Anyway,
Someone make
some of it
uranium?
no, some of his friends made drugs.
Ooh. Oh my god. They were doing Breaking Bad in
Exactly.
Oh my
And I was like, your generation is the reason why we can't do cool things.
god. My parents' generation is why we can't have nice things. Well, I mean, well the thing is like my dad always he really hates how bad air travel has gotten. And he'll say it's like, before 2001, you didn't have to go through security. You just walked onto the tarmac with your passport and you got on a plane and it was affordable. And then
Yeah, I
9/11.
saw that. I saw like you look at any period piece and sometimes you're like, that was just that easy, huh?
Yeah, it was so much easier to just get on a plane. And like I'm not saying that's like oh it should go back to that because we do need airport security because there's a lot of screwed up people in the world. I'm just saying it's like
We don't need as much security as we think we do, though. Like, have you seen how
yeah.
much security there is?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was in Newfoundland, I had to go for the first time ever in my life. I had to stand in that like really weird tubey thing
The
where you
metal
have to put your
detector?
no, not the like those really big tubes where you have to like put your hands above your head and like they do a thing it whirs around you to detect if there's metal on you.
Yeah, that's a metal detector.
Yeah, okay, well, dude, I just call it the Tubi thing. But that was the first time I ever had to stand in one of those, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to jail for like no reason, because I don't even know what. I think it was like my buttons on my pants. I don't know what they were detecting because like
Did you have any piercings at the time?
no, I did not. This was before I got my piercings.
Mm.
And even then those are not supposed to set off the metal detectors. There's like enough metal in them that they should bypass them. Otherwise there would be so many people that would just be going neener neener. It's like that would be funny though. That'd be a very funny like comedic thing in like a film where it's like we detect metal on you and then you like go in the tubey thing and then they scan it's like
I've always
it's on
I've always been
their
afraid of
boobs.
them, just a little bit, only because like I have the metal retainer wire in behind my teeth.
Oh. Oh, like the ones they put in after you get braces off.
Yeah.
I
Now
have one
I
on my
only have it on
bottom.
the bottom now because the
Mm.
top one broke
D-
many
Did
years
you
ago.
also have to rip out the top wire with some metal pliers?
The doctor who did my root canal had to, because like it had broken
Mm.
for a long time at that point.
Yeah, the top ones always kind of break because dentists just give no fucks.
Yeah, but either way, I still have my plastic retainers, so I don't really
Same.
need the metal for the
Yep.
top. So
Why'd they put them in? I don't know.
just in case you lose your retainer is really the reason for it.
I The thing is like they told me to wear the retainer and then like the retainer scratched off the glue, so that's why the top one got exposed.
Oh,
Well, that's why. It's weird. It's really weird, dude.
me it just
But anyway,
split
get.
in the middle, like it was the actual metal itself
Mm.
that broke.
Ooh. Yeah, I had to get my dad to rip mine out with some metal pliers. That was fun.
Yeah, as
Anyway,
a
back to your
person
metal
who's had
detector
many,
story.
many.
Back to the metal detector story.
Yes.
Yes, continue.
Was I the
Yeah,
one telling a metal detector
yeah,
story?
you were the one telling the metal detector story. That's what I was saying. Let's go back to that.
All I said was that I'm always afraid of them just because of the bottom retainer
Hmm.
wire, and it's like
Oh,
in case they ever say, "What's that?"
yeah. I mean, it does kind of freak you out because there's a, like, it's kind of like that weird level of, like, kind of like shame. Like, cause it's like, cause you're thinking people are, like, you think people are gonna be like, ooh, suspicious. And it's like, it's not that big a deal.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be Yeah. Airports are weird.
Yep, yep.
Having to, I, my experiences flying to both Ireland and Newfoundland were exhausting. Like, especially the Newfoundland one where our flight got delayed 3 hours and then we had to book it to our gate if we wanted to make our next flight.
Huh. Why did you have to go through a metal detector in Newfoundland?
Because airport security, the only difference between going through airport security in America, for America, or like international and local is one, you have to take your shoes off. Two, customs. The nice thing about flying to Dublin is we didn't have to go through America. America is the one where it's like, ugh, shoot me in the head.
Yeah. When I got off when I cuz to go to the States, I had a connecting I had one go to Texas, then it'd be a connecting
Mm.
flight to Arkansas. Um
Mm.
yeah. So, what was great about that was when I landed, um I didn't have to go through customs because customs was closed.
Oh, damn.
So I just got off the plane and like grabbed my stuff and left.
Good job.
Like I was like, "Oh, okay."
Guess I don't
Because it
have to
was a
declare anything.
yeah, because it was a local airport. So well,
Oh my god. You lucky bastard.
yeah,
You just skipped customs.
yeah. The only and then of course I had to go through it when I left because customs was open.
Obviously. Obviously. That must have been very. Yeah, customs always kind of freaks me out just because, like, you have to be very serious. And one time when I was a kid, I was being very not serious, and my mom was like, Fiona, can't, you can't be doing that.
I have a
So
bomb.
now, so now customs, I'm just like, yes, no, I am not doing illegal things.
Um, when I was asked before leaving Canada, I was like, "Oh, so I'm going to Arkansas," and they were like, "Arkansas, really? For vacation?" And it was like, "Yeah, I'm visiting a friend. You don't have friends that live in better places?" Like,
Yeah,
that guy was savage.
god damn. Yeah, I've only gone to America to go to either New York or California because that's where my family was at the time.
Mm.
I mean, some of them are still there, but yeah, because I've only been in America. I mean, I got stuck in Minnesota for 3 days, but that
Oh,
was not.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I got stuck in Minnesota or Minneapolis. Minneapolis, Minnesota, I
I
think.
don't know.
I was, I was stuck in a really cold state
Well,
for
it was
three
probably
days.
Minnesota, 'cause
Yeah,
that's a
it was
state.
most likely Minnesota, but it was really cold, and we got
Unless it
stuck
was
there for three
Montana,
days.
because Montana is also a cold state.
No, it wasn't Montana. It started with it was yeah, no, it was Minnesota. It was so cold, and we were stuck there because Delta lost our luggage and sent it to Toronto.
Oh, wrong city.
It's like no, and so they had to send it back. So we had to wait 3 days for them to send our luggage back so we could go home. And we never flew Delta again.
Fair enough.
Why is
Well,
Delta so bad?
I have no idea, and I hate to cut people short, always. But
Mm,
we are out of time for today.
yeah. Well, that was certainly a very interesting episode about
Yeah,
food,
yeah,
travel, and Quebec people.
that's a great title. I'll go with that.
Yeah,
Food, travel, and Quebec people.
that's gonna be great. And I will find the restaurant that I was talking about and link it in the description if anyone wants to know where it is because I advise that you guys check it out. Um because my friend works there and it's really good.
All
So
right. Well, thank
that's
you
my
very
final
much
word.
all for listening/watching. Please subscribe to the Truly Imagination Entertainment channel and leave a like down below. Feel free to comment what we should talk about next. But yeah, until next time, bye.
See you guys.